Hi, I'm Macie Leach with SPU Rowing.
Macie, you just watched the NCAA selection show and Seattle Pacific name came up on the screen. What was your emotion when you saw that?
Just overjoyed. Like, this has been, at least for me, 3 years in the making, and so just finally getting that opportunity to showcase what we can do, I think it's amazing.
You mentioned 3 years in the making. 2020, crew, your team was ranked 4th in the nation.
Yeah.
Mid-season, COVID happens, season gets canceled, no NCAA championships. And then last year, you're the 2nd ranked team in the country. They limited the championships to just 4 teams, and your team didn't get invited.
Yeah.
How much more rewarding is this for you after those 2 previous years?
I think just after those 2 really, really disappointing years, this just means so much more that we finally get this opportunity. Kind of like I said, it's been 3 years, 3 years of hard work, whereas other teams just go through 1 year of hard work before they make a championship. So I just it's a lot more meaningful to me.
I want to figure out a little about what drove the team to get to this point. If you'll bring us back to a year ago down in the Shell House watching the NCAA selection show and you were not picked, what were you feeling at that point?
To say disappointment, I think, would be an understatement. I just, emotions were so low. Nobody knew what to say. Nobody knew how to console each other. And, there's a lot of tears shed, I'll tell you that. But, yeah, so then kind of using that as fuel for the fire this year, really trying to make a comeback and kind of make it so that there wasn't even the question of whether we should be picked or not. Just, we're going. We're going.
You really staked your claim on Saturday at the Genex. You had to replace a lot of people, particularly in that varsity 8, lost a lot of seniors. This crew, though, just kind of got faster week by week, but you needed an impressive performance at the Genex, and you did. Tell us a little bit about that race.
Yeah, I would say that's one of the most fun races I've ever raced before in my life. We were coming out of the gate, and we were like, all right, we're going to see what we can do. Honestly, we were ranked 4th going into it, and we had 4th lane over. And so we were just trying to see where we would fall within the other crews, and we were just trying to make up time on them. And then we noticed we were hanging with those other crews, and they weren't walking away on us. And so then we decided to walk on them, and worked out pretty well for us.
Certainly did. You got all the way to 2nd place within 1 second of winning Washington or Western Washington. Yeah. What was it like that furious sprint at the end?
Oh, it was amazing. It was amazing. Because our rivals are Western and UCO, and so being able to walk on UCO in that 3rd 500, that was an amazing feeling, and that really gave me the confidence to know that I was going to see my name up on there today.
Certainly did. And making the fact you walked on UCO even more impressive. They've won the last 3 NCAA National Championships. Yeah. Well, 6-team field this year. Seattle Pacific's in there. Where does your crew go from here?
I think we just got a rough next 2 weeks ahead of us, and we're going to see where it takes us. Obviously, see how we stack up against other crews at Nationals, and heading off to Florida, so a lot of excitement there. That's
a long trip to Florida, but you've done that this year once already. What maybe did you learn on that mid-season trip that you can take with you this time?
Really, how to fly on a red eye. That was a big part about it, and just having that adjustment. Rowing in warm water is a lot different than rowing in cold water, and so that was definitely something cool, getting more familiar with the environment. We're going to be racing at the same park that we raced at couple months ago, so I think it's going to be exciting.
Great. You mentioned rowing in warm water is different than cold water. In what way is that?
Yeah, it's a little bit easier to row. You row a little bit quicker, so hopefully our times will be a little bit faster. So, yeah.
Great. Yeah. That's at Nathan Benderson Park in Sarasota. The championships are May 27th and 28th. Back-to-back days of racing, how will that be different, and what will you do to prepare differently than just the one day at Genex Championships?
Yeah, for sure. We actually did this also at Weira's a couple weeks ago. We had a race on Saturday and then a race on Sunday, so it's going to be really similar to that. You just got to make sure to take care of your body during, between those 2 days, and get your legs up using those Normatecs, and just taking care of yourself, so...
Great. Well, you mentioned you've been in the program 3 years. Tell us a little about yourself. Where are you from?
I'm from Chico, California, so it's in Northern California.
It is.
Yeah.
And why did you choose to come to Seattle Pacific?
I'm a nursing major, and they have a pretty good nursing program here, so I decided to come for that. And then I saw that they had a rowing team, and I wanted to do a sport in college, and so I shot the coach an email, and he said, come to tryouts, and I did, and now I'm here. So.
The rest is history. That's
Yeah,
great.
yeah.
There are a number of nursing majors on this team. Do you compare notes, help each other? That's a really challenging field.
Yeah, it's definitely a hard major. One of my housemates actually is also a nursing major, so she's been giving me a little bit of tips and tricks, and I'll check my work with her sometimes and say like, hey, is this what I'm supposed to be doing? And she's like, yeah, you're on the right track. So it's definitely helpful having somebody in your major.
Terrific.
Yeah.
Last question. I want to compare how you slept last night with still waiting for this versus how you think you're going to sleep tonight. What's the difference?
Oh, I'm
there?
going to sleep so much better tonight. It's going to be an early morning with going to practice tomorrow, but just going to get a lot of rest. A lot of that anxiety is gone. So, yeah.
What were your feelings, emotions at either Restless Night last night or leading up to this until you actually saw the SPU on the screen?
Yeah, I think just like remembering last year and really not wanting to feel that disappointment again. Just trying to be okay with either option and really just like see where it took us, and then we saw the name on the screen. It was just so great.
Great. Well, Macie, thanks for your time. Congratulations on a great season so far, and good luck in the NCAA Championships.
Thank you so much.